Here we go for our builders training November meeting. I hope we're still recording this. Let me just double check this. If not, I'll just make a screen cast to put online. The first thing that I want to talk about are a few professional learning opportunities that are coming soon. One is for all K-12 teachers. You may have already heard about this, but we're trying to have a better digital citizenship plan in the district. We don't feel it's been something that's been really taught well. But before teachers start integrating it to their curriculum, we think that teachers first need to, have some professional development on what digital citizenship is and how to integrate it into their classroom instruction, not just with, like an assembly, a once a year assembly or one Nearpod that you show your class, but just little ways that you can just bring it up as our students are on devices and on the internet more and more. So we just completed one class that was October 27th to December 16th. We're going to be teaching this class 3 more times. It's just an online UEN class. We'll be sending out this flyer to you so you can look for it. But again, we'll be teaching it in January, March, or June. It's an online class, and all the principals have agreed that they will give each teacher that takes it a $350 stipend. So when you fill out this registration form, it's just a form. And on the form, it will say, I have permission from my principal, or my principal approves that I'm taking this, so they know beforehand if they want to regulate how many teachers at their school is going to be taking it. And then, of course, you could count hours towards your HB 396, and you couldn't do both. You can't count it towards those hours and also get paid. And you would also get credit for it. So we're trying to get as many teachers to take this course as possible this year. Then our plan is to maybe highlight how we're going to teach it to students and integrate it into the curriculum next year again. So our focus is on faculty this year. So are there any questions about that? Have any of you been involved with that, picking this first section?
Sorry, Pam, can you hear Myra? So when they're doing this, is there an emphasis on like elementary or secondary type?
No, it's K-12. So you can adapt it, to your teaching situation. So,
okay.
So what we do is you're not directly registering with UEN, you're just filling out a form. And then depending how many teachers apply for it, we request that many sections, like we just put 20 in a section and have separate sections from UEN. And then we have put all the secondary teachers together and all the elementary teachers together. So we try to kind of group for the discussions. That's a good question. Are there any other questions? You could go in now. I mean, there's a bit.ly there. It's open, but we'll be sending out, this is like in a flyer form, we'll be sending that out to everyone. But maybe when you see it come at your school, it might be something that you want to mention to your faculty, and just know the principals do know about it. It was presented to all the principals at principals meetings earlier this fall. They're all in on it. So, but just, you might have people ask questions about it. Not all the time do you get to take a UEN class and get a stipend for it, but this is one opportunity to do that. The next one is, now this one is just for K-5 teachers. This has to do with our computer science grant. It's kind of the same thing. It's you're going to take us a course. So this one lasts a little longer than 6 weeks. We've extended it. So this course will go from January to April. It's online, except for every Tuesday, there'll be a different robotics course, like a 1-hour training, and you just have to pick 3 of those. So you have to get like hands-on training on 3 different robots, take the online class, and then attend a 1-day workshop in the summer on June 2nd. And then there's a $700 stipend attached to that, plus 1 credit hour. So that's for elementary teachers. So we're just finishing our second cohort right now. In the fall, we'll be starting a new one in January. So, and then what happens, and maybe you've seen it, is once people at your school take the course, and we're giving robotics, sets of robotics out to your schools to use. UEN professional development. So this is another way to get some professional learning opportunities. These are the classes that UEN offers online. So these are taught by UEN instructors. I don't know if all of these will be available right now, but right now, if you go to the UEN site, you won't see any of these because their registration opens December 1st. So it's just good to know to go to that site December 1st, because this is statewide and they fill up fast. If you just want USBE credit, these courses are all free. You get 1 lane change credit. And then if you want SUU credit, I think there's just $23 or something that you pay at the end of the course when you complete it if you want the SUU credit. So just know that those are some of the courses that will be coming online. That doesn't include the MOOC courses. The MOOC courses are open entry. Those are available all the time. Like your certifications, your Google certification, your pod certification, Adobe, Mac, iPad, all those are available all the time, open entry. These are the ones that are defined kind of 6-week courses, just so we won't meet again before the 1st. So just so you know, just going to the uen.org/professional development, that those will open on the 1st. I know we went over these resources that are available to you. We went over them in August, but now that we're kind of approaching mid-year, we thought it might be good to review them. So email addresses, and I'll be sharing the link to this. I'll post the link to this website on our page. So the email addresses are WebFilter. So that's anything, a site that's blocked for students. So we ask a teacher to test it on a student login, like on a Chromebook, make sure it's not working, then look on it on their website, look at all the links that are available. When you send it into WebFilter, it's assumed that you've looked at that site closely. They're not going to go in and click everything in the site unless they know it's a site that we've looked at before. So you just send in that URL to WebFilter. And if it's, and then they'll let you know. It's usually within 24 hours that will be opened up for students. It probably won't work in the moment, so we don't want teachers to use it like right before they teach a class and say, "Oh no," or during a class, like, "Oh no, that site's blocked for students," and then there's not going to be time to open it up. Does anybody want to explain how our web filter works?
It goes by categories. It doesn't look for keywords or anything or specific addresses. It just lumps them into categories. And if you have a site that's categorized for education, unless it's categorized some other way, it's going to be opened.
Yeah, so it's not like we have this big long list of sites that's blocked or open. It's just that however that site is categorized by Content Keeper. And so our web filter guys have the ability to reclassify that. For instance, maybe it's a good game, a good educational game, but instead of being categorized under education, it was just categorized under game, and maybe that category was locked. They would just recategorize it. Does that make sense? So usually that's why it's blocked. Any problems with your iPads? There's an iPad support at nebo.edu. The reason that we have these type of addresses rather than to a specific person, because in most instances, they go to more than one person. So it might be like 3 people that have that address as an alias. So if one person isn't available, another person could help you. It's just actually, for better service. So iPad support, if you have iPads at your school that need to be set up, if you do have iPads at your school that you need an app pushed out, this is who you would contact. ClearTouch, those of you who have ClearTouch boards, anything that has to do with the mechanical operation of the board, it's not turning on, it's not getting Wi-Fi, there's something happening with the board itself, or you need licenses for the software that goes with it, then you would email cleartouch@nebo. That goes to the IT guys. If you need training on it, you would go to your digital coach. So it's kind of the IT department supports all the hardware with the interactive board, and the digital coaches will, kind of teach you how to use it. App requests, that's where you send requests for Chrome extensions that are blocked for students. Or Chrome Chrome apps, right? The apps that can be on, that show up at the bottom of in the shelf of the Chromebook. Any questions about those? And then just our website. I don't know if we've given you just a little tour of that, so you know that it's there, and that you know that your teachers know that it's there. So here's our digital tools list. And just so you know, we are updating this. So if you find something that you want to add to it, or something that's out of date, please let us know and we'll go in. So at the top are just quick links. So these are like our most used apps, or you can look by category, or there's an A to Z app here, A to Z list here, and they're all listed A to Z, except I don't see a Clever page on there. I think we need to fix that up a little bit. So again, we would love to, we have a committee that's working on keeping that up to date, but any changes, anything you'd like to add, or anything you see that needs to be changed, please let us know, and we would love to do that. This is the Tech Help site. So there's a student and parent, and there's an employee site. So I noticed that a lot of schools have added this student and parent site as a link to their school website. So if you know who does your school website, that you might want to put a link here, and you can see that this is student and parent help for Canvas, Google Classroom. We probably need to add a Clever one on there, how to log into Nebo accounts, Chromebook help. So just let us know again if your student, if other things you feel like your student or parents need help with, and also make this link available to them. So that's why we put it on a separate page, so it could be just a link that would go to that page. Then there's the employee tech help. And this is more like troubleshooting. So that's different than the digital tools. These are just like troubleshooting and how to approve things, how to troubleshoot. I was just looking at that approval thing right there. Any questions? And if you notice on here, there is a link for the web filter, a link to submit a hardware request ticket, and iTest specialist request. They'll just link to those places on the website, on the Nebo site under technical services. We just wanted to get everything in the same place. Any questions about those sites? Okay. Get back to. Can't get to I need to move my, there we go. Just wanted, we did last month, we talked about Canva. Just wanted to give you a couple of updates and tools here. One is Canva has been added to Clever, and when we were able to roster it with Clever, it gave our students accounts. So not only do teachers have premium accounts now your students have premium accounts. So they just needed to go to Clever. It would be in the district apps, and they can log right in. They may have to log in once just with their Google account and app. We tried it though, and it just took them right to their account. I'm not sure. We'll have to try it. I tried it. The student that we tested it on already had access Canva. A student hasn't accessed Canva at all. It may have them log in with their Nebo account one time, but after that, it should take them right there. This is some Canva template shortcuts. So instead of just going through all of the resources in Canva, these are teacher resources. So you can quickly click one of these and find these educational templates in Canva. And Jody made a nice little video explaining how to use these templates to make for your students. So I'm just going to play her little video here.
Let's say I would
Can you
like
hear it?
to share one of these templates with
Okay.
my students. For example, this comic strips right here. So I can click here to go into Canva. And then you'll see that Canva has a lot of different options for comic strips. So you're going to choose one that you would like to share. I think I would like to share this one with my students, the About Me. And you can either click on this to go into the project, or you can click on these 3 dots and choose to customize this template. Then once the template is open, you can choose to change anything that you would like before sharing your own version of this template with students. When it's ready, you can come up here to the share button, and then you're going to scroll down to the bottom here where it says more. And then you are going to select this option right up here in the top right corner that says template link. This will then give you a link for this template that you can share with your students. You can just copy it here and share that link either in Google Classroom or in Canvas. And then when students click on this link, it will give them their own copy of this project, and they can make and adjust any changes that they would like, and then they can submit it back to you.
So it's different than just copying that link. Like when we go to share in Canva, you're going down to more and you're actually giving them a template link. So it would be the same like as a forced copy link, right? Or a template link in Google Docs. So that's all. Just gonna, yes.
Mandy was in the process of updating Canva in Canvas from 1.1 to 1.3, but it didn't finish.
Hello?
Right. So we are not quite there yet. That's why I didn't bring it up. We're trying to get the LTI integration with Canva and Canvas working, so students could create that project and submit it right back through Canvas, and we'll let you know as soon as that's working. Is that your understanding there, Corey?
I'm Tammy Johnson. You're going to come visit me next week.
Okay. Any other questions about that? I just keep adding more and more things to Canva. Yes.
I don't have a question about Canva. I'm wondering what the login or password or whatever is for Utah's online library this year.
Okay, that's a good question. Let me show you how to find that. So if you're at school, of course, it's not going to have you, it's not going to have you log in, right? So it's right here. I just have to go to the bottom of the page and it will tell me. So it's research. The only time the students will need this or you will need it is when you're at home.
Okay.
If you're in a public library or you're in a school, it's going to recognize that you're in a school network and that you're an educator or a student, and you won't have to log in. So it's always online. The only thing that changes is the password, and it changes like just before the beginning of each school year, sometime in August. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
But I always have to go down there if I forget. I just have to remember to log in when I'm at school and then just go to the bottom of the page and it will let me know. But research this year. Any other questions?